Welcome back to the ACC Student News.
The news students can use.
I'm your host, Diana Ortiz.
And I'm Evan Torres.
And here are this week's stories. The Hoosier State isn't waiting for the 21st century economy to come to Indiana. It's now employing a strategic investment program to support entrepreneurship. It will launch careers to the next generation of commerce. Governor Eric Holcomb last week declared the Next Level Indiana Trust Fund open for business. The $250 million fund takes a portion of money the state set aside from $3.8 billion lease of the Indiana Toll Road and makes it available to experienced money managers who are looking forward to supporting the late-stage business with Indiana, connections that needs added investment to continue growing.
39-year-old Indiana mail carrier Christopher Block is accused of paying a man to throw away 11,000 pieces of mail in another state and of hiding an additional 6,000 pieces at home, and is now facing criminal charges and was charged last Tuesday in the Port Circuit Court with a felony for misconduct and misdemeanor for theft. According to the court documents, the U.S. Postal Service investigation began when a deputy with the Barron County Sheriff's Office discovered more than half of the undelivered mail in a ravine in February 2017. Block resigned as a mail carrier shortly after February, and the Barron County deputy discovered a pile of mail in tubs of Wilson Street.
Former First Lady and wife of 41st President George H.W. Bush, Barbara Bush, has passed away recently at the age of 92 on the morning of April 17th. Prior to her death, she was reported to be in failing health and was soon cared for back at her home in Houston. Along with all of her family members visiting her over the past week, the spokesman of the family, Jim McGrath, released a statement about Mrs. Bush deciding not to seek any more additional medical help and rather focus more on spending the last of her days with her family. A funeral has been scheduled at St. Martin's Episcopal Church in Houston, along with a proper burial at George Bush Presidential Library in College Station, Texas.
The Boston Marathon bombing in 2013 was an awful and tragic event. The bombs killed 3 people and injured several hundred others. Since that time, the Boston Marathon has been a symbol of empowerment, unity, and strength. This year, it was no exception for cancer survivor Mary Scherdenlieb. Mary signed up to do the marathon with people sponsoring her for every mile. At mile 13, Mary had to stop to find medical tent. She thought she had hypothermia. She called her and her husband, wanting to give up and go home. Hours later, she went back to the trek. Her and her husband finished the marathon holding hands. On her incredible journey, she raised over $33,000 for cancer research.
A 7th grader at Griffith Middle School, Jonathan Elliott, has always been fascinated with maps, globes, and atlases. Ever since he was little, he's been memorizing places and landmarks left and right. And now he became the winner of the 2018 Geographic Bee held at Indiana University, Purdue University, Indianapolis on April 6th. He managed to beat over 102 other students in this competition. Now he will be heading out to Washington, D.C. from May 20th to the 23rd to represent Indiana in the National Geographic Bee. If he wins first at the National Geographic Bee, he will win a $50,000 scholarship, a lifetime subscription to National Geographic, a trip to wherever he chooses, and a $500 to himself.
Several Hammond Area Care Center students made their way to state this weekend for SkillsUSA to compete at state skills level against other schools in Indiana, studying the same craft. A select amount of students came home in first place from collision, early childhood, mechatronics, and TV. Second place in CSI, early childhood, mechatronics, TV, and teamworks, and third place in mechatronics and prepared speech. SkillsUSA consisted of taking a professional development test that showed how prepared the students were for their career field. Following the test, competitors either competed in their events or had a group in discussions with other students. After everyone competed in their event, the award show followed only those 22 plus. In first place, we'll move forward to the national competition in Louisville, Kentucky this summer.
And that's all the time we have for this week. I'm Diana Ortiz.
And I'm Evan Torres.
Make sure you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel.
and follow us on Twitter at ACC TV Hammond.